Machopos itourism iyoyo muZimbabwe iri kunaka. Itourism iyoyo ande iri kunaka.
This message is brought to you by the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority. Zimbo. Every journey leads you home. Uripi. Ungapi.
Season's greetings and a prosperous new year from TM Pick n Pay. It's time for the news.
It is the 25th of December 2023. Thank you very much for joining us on the main news tonight. Merry Christmas. I am Sanako Mnyenyua.
And I'm Justin Matlatla. We are joined by Susan Masona at the sign language desk, and later we shall cross over to our Montrose studios where we'll be joined by Sibukele Maposa. But for now, let's take a look at the leading stories tonight.
Zimbabwe joins the rest of the world on Christmas Day.
We explore how people from different walks of life spent the day.
In business, smallholder tobacco farmers contribute to increased production and export of the crop.
And in sport, Richards Bay coach Kaitano Tembo fired.
That is it for the headlines. We now take a look at the news in greater detail. Attending church services, spending time at work, and merrymaking at various leisure points characterized this year's Christmas Day celebrations. We get more from our news crews.
For many Christians the world over, Christmas Day starts with a church service before any merrymaking as they mark the birth of Jesus Christ. The Christmas service at Chisipiti United Methodist Church, led by Reverend Portia Kanoyangwa, embodied the true spirit of the season.
Our Savior, Jesus came to save us. That's why we say our Savior. What a friend we have in Jesus. He is our friend.
It's a very important period where God ushers peace in our midst, ushers love, the grace of God comes to all people. So it's a very important period where the beginning is the beginning. We fail at times to come for Christmas because we fail to realize the importance of beginning something great. You can only begin something well by attending to a service, by really putting more emphasis on that which is important. So the birth of Jesus is important.
Wadikani ngatiziwe kuti tenzi wakauya kutipa hunhu. Na izvozvo hunhu ihwohwo tinofanira kuchengetedza mune kufara kwatinonga tiri kuita pazuva ranhasi unoku. Tisabude kunze kwerufaro runopiwa naiye Jesu waberekwa nhasi.
Various denominations also took time to teach the word of God before going home to celebrate the day with their families. Abigail Tembo, ZBC News, Harare.
With the hope of making an extra dollar, for some it was business as usual despite it being Christmas Day. They took the opportunity to cash in on those that do last-minute shopping.
We are open for business as usual. Because tikuona kuti vanhu vanenge vachida kuti vatrade vanoda kuti vashande, isu we are providing the spaces kuti vanhu vakwanise kushanda.
Munhu wemukadzi unofana kutoshinga kushanda kuchengeta mhuri. Saka ndo zvandituma kuti pazuva ranhasi vamwe vari kufara, ini ndiri kutoshingaira kutsvaga ma-school fees evana.
Silapha empowerment siyathengisa, kuyahamba, hayi sibona umlimo sivili, hayi kuhle.
Nhasi seChristmas tiri kushanda, tiripo pabasa. Zvinhu zviri kufamba zvakanaka, tiri kufara because we are being empowered panapa.
isusu basa redu kumota industry manje tikaenda tese manje kumisha uko mota dzinosara dzichirwa nani vanhu vacho vanaida kumusha ivavo vanoida kuenda nemota dzinodirwa fuel.
For the national broadcasters, ZBC, it was also business as usual, with the broadcasters keeping the nation informed. Well, it is a Merry Christmas to everyone.
In Harare, imbibers, party lovers, and those with a strong appetite for food descended on different outdoor joints and popular braai hangout places such as Pazindoga and Waterfalls and Pafarai in Glenora suburb, popularly known as Pafatso, where they were merrymaking.
Christmas is right, singamboite.
Decide kumboya pano Pazindoga to celebrate and vamwe tichigosha nekumwo zvatinazo.
The Christmas day was also a promising one for a blissful business day in office for business owners.
Haiwa vanhu vari kutenga zvavo uchine runyararo hakusati kwane pressure stereka.
Vanhu vari kuuya neuwandu hwavo tikuvatengesera huku nekutenga nyama dzavo vachigocha.
Christmas yakanaka zvisingaite hayo, tiripo paringogocha vanongoda kugocha chiita semachicken tinawo ari parutengeswa.
In Zvishavane, children from Shekinah Glory Children's Home celebrated Christmas Day in style after receiving various gifts from the local community. The adage, the spirit of giving leaves an indelible mark, especially if extended to people who cannot return the favor, best describes how children at the children's home celebrated the day.
Christmas Day. Today everyone is happy, we are enjoying scarf, tukazara, we are having fun, support nevanhu, enjoy. Tinofara namai vedu nhasi vanaenda kubasa varipo pano saka tikutamba chidza radio tichidi tichifara tichikota nyama.
Shekinah Glory Children's Home founder Mrs. Juliet Vekwa expressed gratitude to well-wishers who remembered the plight of the vulnerable children.
Toda kutenda vagari vemuZimbabwe, muzvishavane especially, who have donated to us and have made this Christmas a wonderful Christmas and given vana vedu chikafu chekudya and a lot of pleasantries to make the Christmas enjoyable.
Christmas Day, which is meant to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, is commemorated throughout the world, especially by Christians.
For patients and their families, spending Christmas in hospital can be a daunting and an isolating experience. Away from the familiar comforts of home and surrounded by medical equipment, it can be difficult to maintain the Christmas spirit. For Abita Kanyimba, who has been in hospital since the beginning of November this year, today was a double celebration, although in a different setup. For some patients, the simple act of receiving a Christmas cake, courtesy of the health institution, or a visit from a loved one can make a world of difference. Others, it is the camaraderie shared with fellow patients and staff that provides a sense of community and support.
Auya kuzoona mama wake totadza rudo kuti vabike vachiziva kuti mama vari kuchipatara vachindigira chikafu.
Omunye muntu kalibona ngalo ngaleli langa. So sibongela khona konje usaphila.
Today kade kuyi-birthday yakhe. We wished ukuthi simthengele i-cake, but we couldn't buy that cake ngendaba yokuthi kakwanisi ukudla.
The stories of those who spend Christmas in the hospital are a reminder that the Christmas spirit can shine even in the most challenging circumstances. It is a testament to the human spirit's ability to find hope, healing, and love, even in the midst of illness.
Each year is different when people celebrate Christmas, but there is one common denominator for most people. This is usually a time many prefer to spend with family. Our news crew traveled to the outskirts of Harare in search of the Christmas spirit, and we take you on their journey in the next report.
It's a Monday, but it's no ordinary Monday as the world celebrates Christmas. Duty calls for this news crew, and we leave Pockets Hill not too sure what we will find as we search for the Christmas spirit. The first stop is Mbare, where we notice that it's a working day for some. Then there are some who are still making their way home and are traveling on Christmas Day. From Mbare, we decide to head for Mashonaland East. At this point, Murewa is what we have picked as our final destination. The highway is fairly busy, but still we managed to spot a young lad who's probably carrying the Christmas lunch for the family as he cycles home with some chickens. We proceed with our journey and take a right turn after about 20 kilometers from the toll gate along the Harare-Nyamapanda highway. As we head for the Msami area, something catches our attention. A goat tied to a tree, and we're hoping this is the Christmas lunch we are in search of. We need to find out. But first things first, we greet the owners of the homestead who are in the fields working. After the pleasantries, they are quick to hand me a hoe, and oh well, when in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Food for
Turns out the goat we saw is indeed for Christmas lunch, but then I can't show too much excitement, although I do want to partake in the goat meat. Soon we are acquainted with the Magwaro family, and it seems we have known each other for years. The conversations range from general life issues and, of course, the main reason why we're here, Christmas lunch. But first, before the goat is slaughtered, water is needed, and so I join Mrs. Magwaro and we head for the village head's homestead to fetch water from the borehole. They say there is nothing like a free lunch, and here I am working for my lunch. The goat is eventually slaughtered and the fire is ready. The tradition here is that the man of the house first has to be given a few pieces of the roasted goat meat before everyone else can partake. Fair enough, as long as we get to have our share. As we prepare the goat offals to ensure they are ready for cooking, the mother of the house is grateful for being able to spend time with her family this Christmas. She believes this is a season to spend with family where possible.
Christmas egore rino takairongera nemhuri yangu tichitamba tiri pamwe chete tichionana hatizivi kuti takapedzera rini.
Maiguma kudhara sere kutambira
kudhara chaiko. I'm sure it's 15 years ago.
Our conversation soon goes to the issue of food next door, always tasting better than food at home. In some cultures, children are chastised for kudya kumaraini or ugudla emalainini, and for me today, I'm wondering why when the food seems to always taste better. Not to say that today I'm ignoring the advice and will have my lunch here. It's Christmas after all.
But koseko chikafu chekukwata chinaka kudarika chekumba.
Chikafu chekukwata chinonaka nemhaka yekuti unenge usina kubika iwewe. Unenge wabikirwa. Saka maoko akangochinjawo so chinobva chaita sechiri kunaka chousati wambodya iwewe uchigara uchidini uchichidya. Ndozve zvinoita izvozvo.
Seitairabizva uri next door icho chinaka kudai chikafu chenext door.
Chainaka asi wakuru wekudhara vana mai vedu. Vaiziva musha wakanaka neusina. Saka kuti wazokutaurira kuti mwanangu pakati paya hapadyiwi wakuda kuziva chikonzero.
As we were preparing the offals, the men were busy on the braai stand. Mr. Magwaro, a jovial character, is proud to have his family around. This is also a time for them to impart life lessons to their children. But he is quick to point out that Christmas is all about the birth of Jesus.
Chatinofanira kukoshesa Christmas kuzvarwa Jesu chekutanga. Chepiri tsika dzedu dzatakakura nadzo hatifanira kudzirasa nokuti vana vari kurasika. Saka hanzi tinofanira kutambidzana tsvimbo. Utsi hwenyama hautosori zvavo. Utsi hwenyama hautosori dauri hwemumba mukicheni.
People the world over celebrate Christmas in different ways. Some go for vacations abroad, some travel to their homesteads. The common denominator is on sharing and spreading love all around, as Christ is love himself.
Christmas is a time to be merry. It's also a time to eat. And when you get offered a free lunch, why should we deny it? But actually, this is not a free lunch, because when we got here, we worked for this lunch. So we will enjoy this Christmas. Yeah, food for work, as she is saying. Merry Christmas wherever you are.
Josephine Mugio, ZBC News, Morewa.
The tourism sector is on a growth trajectory after successful domestic tourism campaigns by government to turn around the fortunes of the industry.
At various tourist sites in Matabeleland South this Christmas indicate a tourism boom, with both local and foreign tourists testifying the change in approach by the Minister of Tourism and Hospitality Industry. Chabalala Sanctuary, Matopo Leisure Lake, Sisu John Road's gravesite, Matopo Hills and Maleme Dam were some of the scenic sites that witnessed an upsurge in numbers.
We are enjoying our Christmas, visiting the gravesite for Sisu John Roads, so that the kids can also learn one or two things.
It's very important that we as locals support our local tourism and also teach our children the history.
As locals, we've got the capacity to revive and support our industry. You'd find that in Europe, their tourism is constituted of locals, so we should do the same in Zimbabwe.
So far so good. So far so good. I'm impressed. The efforts made to preserve what is maybe cultural heritage is excellent.
They say the taste of the pudding is in the eating, and international tourists are convinced that Zimbabwe is poised for greater heights.
Fantastic. I love the wildlife, nature. People are so kind and friendly. So I loved it. I'm loving every bit of this travel.
I really like it. I feel that the people are so nice and always willing to help. Like you enter in the store, it's always, hi, how are you? Let me help you. Really gave a good impression of Zimbabwe so far.
Safari operators have nothing but praises for the campaigns that have been done by government.
We've been very fortunate that Zimbabwe is coming back onto the map, and people are wanting to come back to this country. So it's nice to be able to show off this wonderful part of the country.
The tourism is definitely improving. Post-COVID, we're on the right direction.
Tourism and Hospitality Industry Minister Honorable Barbara Rodzi, who was in Matopo to appreciate the impact of domestic tourism campaigns, has been impressed by the numbers at various tourist attractions.
Impressed with what I've seen so far. Since the festive season began and since our launch for domestic tourism campaign to promote our own destinations to our people, the local Zimbabweans that live in Zimbabwe, and also the diaspora community who are from different countries, based there for work or for other reasons, coming back home to spend time with family and friends. I'm happy to say, look at where we are today. We are in Matopos and many families are here. This is a heritage site where Sisu John Roads was buried, and also a heritage site for our own richness. Look at the stones around, the mountains around, and other things that can be found here. It's also teaching our own children that the history of Zimbabwe. I'm happy people are here, people are coming in their numbers to visit this site.
Government is on a massive drive to turn around the fortunes of tourism sector, with responsible authorities emphasizing on the importance of promoting domestic tourism. The local tourism industry is targeting a $5 billion United States tourism economy by 2025. Providence Maranelli, ZBC News, Matopo National Park.
And so the Christmas spirit lives on, and if you have visited the country and you are actually touring the touristy sites that we have, please do care to share with us your experience through our social media platforms here on ZBC. That's at ZBC News Online, on Facebook, on X, as well as on our YouTube page. We'd love to hear from you. Now, moving on to the education sector, the country's Education 5.0 model is bearing fruit through producing innovative minds. And this comes after Ndarama High School students from Masvingo designed an application that ensures science experiments can be carried out offline.
The 5 students who are in Form 2 and 3 formed a company called Mobile Intelligence Technologies and came up with a science application called MyLab, which enables students to carry out scientific experiments on their mobile phones or computer devices operating offline. MyTech Chief Executive Officer Anesuru Zive said the aim was to ensure students carry out science experiments even outside laboratories.
We discovered that most secondary schools, they are struggling to provide a conducive environment for students to carry out science experiments. Reason being lack of laboratories, lack of apparatus, and the adequate equipment for doing science experiments. So also other students are not able to carry out science experiments operating at their homes. Hence we decided to create an application where students can carry out these scientific experiments offline on their mobile devices.
The students programmed the MyLab application with assistance from other programming experts.
In order to come up with this application, our production team programmed the application, and for us to know that we have come with the best solution, we outsourced some experts in coding, and they came and helped us.
MyTech company had an opportunity to represent the country at the recently held Regional Junior Achievement Awards in Rwanda and bagged first position.
As a company, we got a chance to represent Zimbabwe in Kigali, Rwanda from the 6th to the 8th of December at the regional competitions, and we came out first, winning a prize money of $1,000.
Government says Ndarama students are proving young people's capabilities through innovation.
I think this is a testimony to show that our curriculum is bearing fruit, because they were able to design a digital technology which will enable our students to carry out experiments on their mobile phones, even offline.
The MyTech team is set to defend the trophy for Africa in 2024. Messi Bof, ZBC News, Mashingo.
You can get more news on our website. That's at www.zbcnews.co.zw. You can also interact with us on our X platform. That's at ZBC News Online, as well as on our Facebook page at ZBC News Online.
Remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at ZBC News Online. Here are stories still to expect. In business, smallholder tobacco farmers contribute to increased production and export of the crop.
In sport, Richards Bay coach Kaitano Tembo fired. We'll be back with these stories and more. Stay with us.
Nana Rhoda, will you please tell us the story of how you met Papa?
Since it's Christmas, I will give it to you as a Christmas gift.
Aww. Falling in the pool was the time that I realized I fell in love.
This is the right choice, Zimbabwe.
Fast, efficient, and low-cost broadband for all. Are you a banking institution, NGO, school, university, or college? You may be a farmer, lawyer, teacher, or student. Whoever you are, whatever you do, wherever you are, whatever your internet needs. Connect smarter every time with Tel1 Broadband. Connect with Tel1 Broadband for fast, efficient, reliable, and affordable internet services. To find out more about Tel1 Broadband, visit our website at www.tel1.co.zw.
In the warm embrace of my nurturing mother, I was introduced to her cherished choice of beverage. Through every joy and challenge, it became our go-to. Now that I can make my own choices, I choose to pass on that love to the next generation. I love you, Mom.
This is the right choice, Zimbabwe.
The meaning of life is not to simply exist, but to move ahead. To rise up and achieve. To conquer. Introducing Kung Fu Energy Drink, your push for the next conquests. Kung Fu Energy Drink, master the power.
If you drink,
Be responsible.
Umngani wami ungapi ngibuye wandiuze kwawuri kokondiuye sidatokerwa ndiri kuvumba kumakomo Zimbabwe tourism kunaka kana tafunga kufara magalisi tonange kariba kunosasana wafunga kubata fishi tonange mazowedemu ikatakata ukazoda muka tesango tonanga kuwange kunational park kotaura feya konaresho unoona tese nemutupo wako kuenda ikokoroji moterene ndemashungwa netara obudirako kuenda kunyanga kuchinoi caps nepinga zvakaurisha oyo umngani wami ungapi.
This message is brought to you by the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority. Zimbo. Every journey leads you home. Uripi. Ungapi.
I'm gonna tell you why my clothes look bright. I'm gonna tell you why my clothes look clean. Tell you why they smell so nice. I'm feeling fresh, you know what I mean. It's got a little bit of oxy, bleach with a nice perfume that will leave your clothes looking rich and have you feeling good. Aloha, yeah. Aloha. You need to try Aloha.
Aloha washing powder. Say hello to fresh.
On the first day the season, my true love gave to me a savings account.
On the second day the season, my true love gave to me mobile banking and a savings account.
On the third day the season, my true love gave to me
internet banking,
mobile banking and a savings account.
On the fourth day the season, my true love gave to me
Forex exchange, internet banking, mobile banking and a savings account. On the fifth day
this season, my true love gave to me
the gold card,
Forex exchange,
internet and mobile banking and a savings account.
Watching the main news, thank you for staying with us. We now cross over to our Montrose studios. Sibukele Maposa is on standby with more. Very good evening, and it's over to you.
Thank you very much, Tanaka. Hoping you had a holly jolly Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Zimbabwe. Let's carry on with the news. A brand new chapter has unfolded in Matabeleland North Province as the long-awaited 3.5-kilometer stretch of the Kamativi mine bypass has been opened to traffic.
Recently, Kamativi Mining Company commissioned phase 1 of its modern lithium processing plant in a significant step for Zimbabwe's mining industry and its aspirations to become a major player in the global green energy revolution. This news crew was recently in Kamativi, where mine management confirmed the completion of the bypass road project.
Due to the expansion of the mine operations, we're also getting closer and closer to the road. So there was an idea, or that was an approval, to move the road to an alternative route so that it doesn't disturb motorists that are traveling from either Cross-State to Binga or from Binga to Cross-State. So thereby the 3.5 kilometer stretch of the road was diverted to a new route, and now the new road diversion is complete. So all traffic traveling from Binga to Cross-State or Cross-State to Binga is now free to use that new road now. It's all complete and done.
The Kamativi community is appreciative of the transformative development.
During the course of blasting, cars used to be stopped maybe for 30 or 45 minutes, but now there is no inconvenience. The vehicle will be moving freely, those going either way, either Binga or Wangi, without having to stop them for blasting purposes.
Once a vibrant mine known for tin production, the closure of Kamativi mine back in 1994 created a ghost town which the Second Republic is resuscitating through the engagement and re-engagement drive. Kamativi Mining Company, a joint venture between Siachuni Pud Technology Group from China and Zimbabwe Mining Development Corporation, is employing over 1,000 employees directly and indirectly. Tichaona Kurewa, ZBC News. Wange.
Government has pledged to give maximum support to initiatives that enhance livestock production as the country moves to drive growth in the sector.
The last 4 years have proved to be challenging with multiple global crises, particularly climate change and COVID-19, which all occurred in quick succession and with compounding effects. These brought to the fore the vulnerabilities of Africa's livestock systems. However, in a movement to mitigate these vulnerabilities and boost livestock production and quality, government is implementing several measures such as improving access to financial services and increasing artificial insemination programs.
Fara nezuva ratarongerwa ranhasi nekudzidza kwose kwatiri kusangana nako and tiri kuti isusu paabatho yedu iri kuchiweshe tinouraya capacity of 100 mombes every day. Tiri kuti mombe dzedu dzese dzinouya kuabetua dzinenge dzainspectwa neveterinary paground.
Hataona chiri chinhu chakanaka kuti vanhu vatati vatoshanda navo magraders vanga vane mukuru wavo achivakurudzira kuti pari kushanda vashande nesimba.
Government has reaffirmed its commitment to supporting livestock production.
It is extremely important that we are here because we drive the country's meat. We ensure that the country is safe.
Experts believe the livestock sector is positioned to play a key role in the National Inclusive Transformation Agenda towards attainment of Vision 2030. Karajushe, ZBC News, Kweru.
With many taking time to celebrate Christmas Day with their loved ones, it was a different story for those who had a brush with the law as they had their day in court today. Let's hear more.
One would think courts of law would be closed for Christmas Day, but it seems they are forced to open to accommodate those who would have been arrested. This Christmas, most of the suspects who appeared at the Harare Magistrates Court were facing charges of robbery. Some of the accused persons include Tawanda Magwaza, who allegedly attacked a woman in Harare Central Business District and stole $20 United States. Anyway, Watengwa was also among the accused persons who were charged with robbery after allegedly hitting the complainant with an iron bar before stealing from him. Talent Manzungu allegedly broke into a house armed with knives and allegedly threatened to kill the occupant. Manzungu allegedly stole 1 bottle of whiskey, 3 wine bottles, and $160 United States. All the accused persons who spent the Christmas holiday in Remand Prison pending their bail applications. Fungai Jaichi, ZBC News, Harare.
We now take a look at international news, where China has started providing zero-tariff treatment for 6 least developed African countries starting this Monday.
According to China's Customs Tariff Commission of the State Council, 98% of taxable products from Angola, Gambia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Madagascar, Mali and Mauritania will be exempt from tariffs when entering the Asian giant. The move has increased the number of African countries receiving zero-tariff treatment to 27 by the end of this year. China's Customs Tariff Commission said the zero-tariff treatment aims to embody the spirit of the China-Africa friendship and cooperation and facilitate development of a high-quality China-Africa community with a shared future.
The World Organization WHO has expressed grave concerns over the destruction of the health system in the war-torn Gaza Strip. The WHO warned that if the health system in Gaza collapses, it would result in a tragedy and called for an immediate ceasefire from all parties involved in the conflict. According to the latest data released by the United Nations, only 9 out of the 36 hospitals in the region are partially operational and are struggling to cope with overwhelming demands. According to the Health Ministry, more than 20,000 people have been killed, mostly children and women, while 54,000 others have been injured in Gaza since 7 October. On the fateful day, Hamas militants and other Palestinian groups attacked Israel, killing 1,200 people and taking about 240 hostages.
Iran says it plans to sign a free trade agreement with the Eurasian Economic Union, which includes Russia and 4 other post-Soviet states, to create further opportunities to broaden interactions between the member states and Iran. Iran and the EAEU, which comprises Armenia, Belarus, Kazakhstan, and Russia, first signed a 3-year interim agreement in 2018. The agreement is expected to increase bilateral trade between Iran and the Union from the current $6 billion United States dollars to $20 billion United States dollars per year within 5 to 7 years. The main objective of the agreement is to liberalize and facilitate trade in goods between the parties through reduction or elimination of custom duties. The move is one of the major foreign policy priorities of Iran's current administration to permanently join regional blocs and economic trade agreements as a way to confront the unilateral sanctions imposed by the U.S.
And that'll be all from Montrose. My name is Sibylle Maposa, wishing you a Merry Christmas and, of course, a wonderful week ahead as we look forward to the new year. And many blessings to you and your family and your loved ones. We will now take a break. Afterwards, Justin and Tanaka will take you through the rest of the bulletin. Merry Christmas.
Mama, today I'm about to embark on the next chapter of my life. You've been by my side every step of the way. Through the late nights and endless studying, you always believed in my dreams. And as I start my new journey and my new career, I want to thank you for helping me make the right choice. To the women who never gave up on me, thank you, Mom. Merry Christmas.
This is the right choice, Zimbabwe. Yes, no, yeah. Got so much to do from now. Do not let the fire die. Just let the fun go on.
Wildcat, Untamed Energy.
The National Railways of Zimbabwe Board, Management and Staff wish all clients, suppliers and stakeholders a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you for the support you gave us in 2023 and hope this continues into 2024.
Life is a precious gift, more precious than silver and gold. Parties and alcohol, with road traffic accidents happening every 15 minutes and at least one person dying every 4 hours in Zimbabwe every day. More die over weekends and public holidays. Take heed. Remember your loved ones. Don't drink and drive this festive season. This message is brought to you by the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe.
The Farm Shop Shamaria Hurudza promotion is back. Yebo yes, and this time we are rewarding our customers in a big way. The grand prize is a 25 horsepower tractor plus implements. Come and get NTS Macy's 10 kg hybrid or 20 of OPV. Come invest in your farming needs. 2 bags of AN and 2 bags of Compound G. Brought to you by Farm Shop Shamari Yehuruza.
This holiday season at DSTV's got so much great entertainment. You, your family, and your guests will be spoiled for choice.
Always a tremendous atmosphere here. The treble winners are back.
Shoot and score! This is outstanding!
Celebrate Zimbabwean cuisine.
This is good to know. It doesn't matter who you're hosting.
We're a family, and we can conquer anything.
We've got unbeatable shows for the whole neighborhood to choose from.
This thing just got better.
We're more than prepared for any assault.
We're actually great. We're really great. I can have my happily ever after. Just enough. All the time.
We're all about giving you entertainment of your choice and options that suit your family. So stay connected to DSTV for the happiest holidays yet. DSTV, it's your moment.
Welcome back. Now in business, Zimbabwe is reaping the benefits of increased smallholder growers in the tobacco value chain after the Golden Leaf raked in more than 1.2 billion United States dollars from export receipts this year.
Presenting an overview of the tobacco industry 2023 performance over the weekend, Tobacco Industry and Marketing Board TIMB chairperson Mr. Pat Davinish revealed that there had been an increase in production volumes, including export earnings. The TIMB chairperson noted that the rise in overall production performance is being driven by government interventions on financing and capacity building to smallholder growers.
Well, the volumes have been very good. As you know, the crop was 296 million kilos. That translates into roughly 180, 190 million kilos after packing. And the revenues have been very good. We've already surpassed 1.2 billion US dollars in revenue. And we expect that by the time the crop is finally fully exported, that we can possibly pass the 1.5 billion US dollar mark.
The Golden Leaf is expected to play a key role on overall socio-economic development next year.
I think what's really important is the amount of growers we have. Last year was 150,000. That number is down because we've changed the rules in terms of grower registrations. In past years, the contractors have been allowed to register the growers, and I think they're all a little bit naughty. They registered more growers than they had. So now the growers have themselves to register at TIMB.
The TIMB revealed that China and the Far East dominated the bulk of the commodities exports, including the European Union, Middle East, and the Americas. Zimbabwe is targeting to transform tobacco value chains into a $5 billion United States dollar industry by 2025 through exports of value-added products. Stanley James, ZBC News, Harare.
That's business. We now move on to the arts, where the late Afro jazz star Bob Nyabinde will be buried in Kwekwe this Tuesday. A church service was held at a local funeral parlor this Monday before the body was taken to his Kwekwe home in Mbizo suburb. Artists who worked with Nyabinde have described him as a legend in music. Nyabinde died on Saturday after a long battle with diabetes. He was 68. The Chabuda Hapana hitmaker is survived by 2 sons, Albert and Aga, and 5 grandchildren. And still in the arts, family, friends and colleagues of the late gospel music star Eric Moyo converged at the ZITF Hall in Bulawayo this Sunday to celebrate a life well lived. Moyo died on the 20th of this month at a South African hospital.
Song and worship characterized the memorial service, with various people who were touched by Eric's ministry saying the gospel icon has left an unimaginable dent in their lives.
Eric, usimele kakhulu singamayouth, a lot of us, if ungazange waluthola uthando lwa-Eric, if ungazange walazi uthando lwa-Eric, mhlawumbe ubengelathando nguwe lokuthi usondele eduze kwakhe.
We are what we are today as Family Voices because of him. He didn't play a role of a brother, but he played a father's role. But Moyo, we're very grateful for everything that Eric did for us.
Eric was always ensuring that the environment that we're in was lighthearted and jovial.
Family spokesperson Mr. Andy Moyo said Eric has left a huge void in their lives.
He took over and became the epitome of the Moyos to become the great man he was. Even Star Academy, Idols Africa, and Joya Celebration.
Eric Moyo, who died at the age of 41 after a short illness, rose to stardom in 2008 after winning Idols East Africa and was part of the Joya Celebration choir. Burial is set for Tuesday in Bulawayo. Grace Sibanda, ZBC News, Bulawayo.
On that said note, the news at 8 takes a break. Do join us for sport shortly.
Life is a precious gift, more precious than silver and gold. Parties and alcohol, with road traffic accidents happening every 15 minutes and at least one person dying every 4 hours in Zimbabwe every day. More die over weekends and public holidays. Take heed. Remember your loved ones. Don't drink and drive this festive season. This message is brought to you by the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe.
Oh, I feel clear, so fresh and so clear. No stain on me. Check my hygiene. There's no dirt in my life.
Boom, turning your house into a home.
So it's payday, and you're wondering what to do with that little bit of extra cash. What will it be? Some takeaways just for you? Or entertainment for the whole family? A few hours with the boys? Or over 720 hours of unbelievably amazing entertainment? Because with so many different package options to choose from, there's a lot more to enjoy for a lot less than you think. Because it's your moment with DSTV.
This is the right choice, Zimbabwe. Ah.
Welcome back. Time now for sport. Former Zimbabwe Warriors left back Gaetano Tembo has been fired as head coach of South African Premiership side Richards Bay. Tembo, who once had a playing and coaching stint with SuperSport United, was relieved of his duties on Christmas Day. In a statement, the club announced they had terminated their union with the former Zimbabwean international and have appointed Vusi Vilakazi as his replacement. Tembo collected 10 points to occupy 15th position on the ladder and joins another Zimbabwean, Taurai Mangwiro, who was shown the exit door by Botswana Premier League side Orapa on Christmas Eve. Mangwiro had a poor start to the 2023 to 2024 Botswana League, grinding just 2 points after 12 rounds of matches. And moving on, Highlanders ladies team Royals have appealed for corporate support in their journey to the top flight league after they won the ticket to play in the Women's Super League next season.
After finishing in unfamiliar territory last year, Highlanders Royals went back to the drawing board, introspected and assembled a formidable outfit with a dream to play in the top flight. A blend of youth and experience was the major recipe for success, and the club sealed promotion into the Women's Super League. Mirrored by financial constraints which may jeopardize the dream for most budding female footballers, the club held end-of-season awards to break ice on inadequacies threatening the existence of the lady team.
Today we are celebrating as champions, but the road was rough and tough. Is that not so? It is. Yes. We started last year with the likes of Osaki, with the likes of Onomtabe, Dudla, Amasalati. We played and fulfilled all our fixtures. Having fulfilled our fixtures and our readiness, we could not make it. But we said, whatever the situation is, we'll fight. And fight and fight and fight until the end. We fought and finished the anchors of the law. We're at the bottom. We went back home. We did our homework. We corrected our mistakes. We wrote our corrections. The next thing we said, we must be the champions of the 2023 Southern Region Women's League. That was our dream from the 1st of January 2023.
Versatile player Providence Moyo scooped the 5 awards, which include the Players Player of the Year award and Most Disciplined Player award, while Sakile Masugu bagged the Most Promising and Most Consistent Gong. Ketina Jukwa walked away with the Top Goal Scorer award.
As Highlanders, we believe that we are champions. Today we are recognized as the champions, and I would like to thank the faith that is in the players.
Like their counterparts, Bulawayo Chiefs ladies side, who crumbled and dented promising talent, there are fears the club may go the same route unless corporate support comes along. Mtokozi Stube, ZBC News, Bulawayo.
Mvurui town in Mashonaland Central was the place to be for boxing lovers this weekend after the staging of the Unity Day Floating Trophy boxing tournament.
The tournament, organized by the Rogue Recreation Community Boxing Club, featured boxers from various tables across the country, including Black Rhinos Boxing Club, Shumba Academy, Hard Rock of Harare, The Legends, and Maroon Family Boxing Academy. The main highlights of the tournament were from the men's elite category, where Lakmo Kamoto of Black Rhinos Boxing Club grounded Harmony Mwezi of the Legends Academy with a left jab. The girl child did not disappoint, with Tendai Gijima of the Legends outclassing Noktula Muzuva of Avondo Boxing Academy by unanimous points.
Ndaiga kumusha so pakusina notsena chichichi so pandakaziya kunoparara endeni ndandaona coach aitisa boxing nataka kuti ngojoina which ndomujoina nakaita boxing.
Ndakakura mumba ionekwa wrestling too much, and then my grandmother, she liked boxing and ndakabva zvanditora into boxing. So ndakatangaona Mike Tyson, yes, he was short, but the way he boxed inspired me a lot.
Zora nasina wina ni knockout, unemkomana wanganditamba nawe weku Legends na wina ni knockout, ndine mfaro mkuru kuti zvanganchishuvira zvangandikumbira ndizvo zvabuda.
Organizers spoke on the significance of the tournament.
The bouts were equally matched. Boxers showed their enthusiasm. They competed to their level best.
This is a very important day for us, and we've decided this time to celebrate the Unity Day and unify people and support the Unity Day and enjoy and celebrate it.
We do combat sports, akaita se boxing, sepatiri nasi. We do mixed martial arts, MMA. We do taekwondo. But muzwara nhasi Runovare Unity Day, we are very happy.
Mashonaland Central Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Christopher Magomo, commended the organizers and participants for embracing inclusivity.
Today, we are not only witnessing a boxing tournament, but also celebrating the power of sports in our society. Sporting activities have the ability to foster unity, discipline, and resilience among our youth.
Black Rhinos Boxing Club dominated the tournament, taking first position, with hosts Regri Club coming second.
In other news, POO is on a drive to shed off the sport code's beer hall tag by creating academies countrywide to generate interest in the sport at grassroots level.
POO is slowly gaining popularity as an emerging sport despite being faced with the beer hall sport tag. Bulawayo Pool Association spokesperson Osidziko says they've taken note of improvement lessons after hosting several local and international tournaments.
In the league, we have Palace emerging as the winners of the 16 teams in the Premier League. And awards for the Leaders District were held on Saturday. PS Classics and Ghana emerging as the winners. They are set to join Premier side. The CBD awards are yet to be done. We also managed to host the biggest event in the land this year, which was Queen's International Black Tournament, won by Caesar Chatinga of Uganda, $3,000 on the 11th of December. We also had our boys who participated at Billiards Cafe in Zambia, which was hosted by Billiards Cafe, and one Victor Simiza, who is the Zambian captain of the Zambia Pool Association. So we are enjoying our relations with other pool associations across Africa.
The last major international tournament which accorded local players an opportunity to rub shoulders with the best was the Queen's International Tournament won by Uganda's Caesar Chandinga, who wrestled the crown from South Africa's Jeremiah Green Naidu, popularly known as Gandaganda 9-4, while Zambia's Juliet Nyika dominated the ladies section. As the sport pool is failing to attract sponsorship by the Masportsi Kuvano initiative, he has seen a number of academies being set up as part of efforts to take the sport to grassroots level. Meanwhile, Palace Pool Club, who emerged as champions in the Bulawayo League, held their annual awards Saturday night. Mthokozi Stube, ZBC News, Bulawayo.
And that report on sport concluding our look at sport as well as the main news tonight. But before we go, Tanaka, I know that the Christmas spirit is actually continuing. Tomorrow is Boxing Day, isn't it?
Yes, and of course it has nothing to do with fighting, but the opening of boxes. However, I do have a feeling most people had to open their gifts on Christmas Day. I don't know if they're really people with the patience to know what is in their gift the next day. I would honestly open I just opened my gifts and I couldn't wait till tomorrow.
Well, that's the spirit of Christmas, the excitement of Christmas, and we also want to say continue enjoying Christmas, but also remember to be careful on the roads, to be careful as you go about celebrating Christmas and Boxing Day tomorrow. As Tanaka said, nothing to do with being in the ring fighting, but it's a day of opening your Christmas gifts. And just before we go, let's take a look at the stories that made the headlines tonight.
Zimbabweans join the rest of the world in celebrating Christmas Day.
In business news, smallholder tobacco farmers contribute to increased production and export of the crop.
And in sport, Richards Bay coach Kaitano Tembo fired.
That's all we had for you tonight. Join us again tomorrow. Have a pleasant night.